Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Sand River map and we've got Square Eyes from the Big PP clan in the Bourrasque. He's platooned with El Comandante, who's also in a Bourrasque. And they are in the Bourrasque tier 8 to tier 10 battle, so one tier. Looks like a 358, 357. Which is not that common, but yeah, puts you into battles with the top tier tanks in the game. Alright, they've spotted tier 8, so let's go to T56 tank. He's got one shot in, gets spotted, but ducks back down. So it's a good spot actually for light tanks to come up for spotting, when you're a medium tank, bottom tier, so act as a light tank, so the Bourrasque is actually pretty handy in that respect. He's got 2 marks on the gun, so we know he's good at getting damage using this tank, so let's see how he does with this particular map and how he plays. So another SCO to T56 there. So he gets another shot in there and goes for the reload. So a pretty handy gun on the Bourrasque, but generally it's not a sniping gun. You need to sort of get relatively close to your targets, but if you can come up from behind or flank while they're pointing in another direction and get your 2 shots in, the clip time is only about 4 seconds, but it does have a relatively long aim time to sort of balance that out. And the reload is not that long. 20 odd seconds, so you've got a bit of flexibility there, but yeah, you don't want to be sitting there waiting for your next shot to run. You can obviously get shot at least 2 or 3 times while that's happening. Alright, so T55A, it's been spotted, and he's switched back to using the premium shell, just in case he needs to pan a higher tier. So let's have a quick look at the penetration capabilities. The premium ammo gives you 240 pen, so not that high, really. So it's not really going to penetrate a tier 10 frontally, but certainly helps improve your percentages for penetration, particularly for side shots. The T56 got pretty good strong armor. But in comparison to the standard pen of the new Czech TD, that's just been released. It's got the standard pen of 270, just to give you an idea of what a sort of tier 10 penetration is like. But it's a tier 8 TD, so a bit of an anomaly, but nonetheless the Bourrasque gun certainly pretty handy, and we've seen some good damage outputs from this type of tank in the channel. There's the T2, just missed the opportunity to get a side shot on the T55A, but I'm sure the T55A knows it's been spotted. Probably just looking for a chance to get a shot in on this particular Bourrasque. So the battle is yeah, a bit in favour of the enemy at the moment. They're 1 tank down, and yeah, similar a little bit down in terms of hit points. Managed to get a shot in there on the STA-1. And yeah, this is really what the Bourrasque is good at, just good at flanking and getting shots on the side of enemy tanks. Okay, we've got a BK 100.01, so he just wants to stay out of the way of that gun, keeps him lit. Hopefully he'll get some additional damage. And there's the STA-1 again. Gets 1 shot in, which goes into the tracks, and the second shot does do some damage. And then you go to the BK fired, but basically missed, which is handy. And the STA-1 gets taken down by the Progetto there. So there's VK coming round, and you can see they're taking damage from El Commie. And he's got the T55A lined up. Gets 1 shot in, actually gets 2 shots in this time, so making better use of his ammo. So also pretty decent shell velocity on the premium shell, something a bit lacking in the standard one. I said probably the main issue with the Bourrasque is just the dispersion. I think the standard dispersion's around about 0.35, so, or at this level it's running food, which will help with that. But it does sort of mean that you do need to get relatively close to your targets. Let's go to T56. I'm not sure where that shot even went, and the second one didn't penetrate. That's we're talking about the premium shell. The standard pen is not that high, so taking a let's go to T56 on front lead is probably not the best option, but I'm not sure that you really have much choice there, so it's definitely worth putting the shots in to at least keep the Skoda at bay. Just goes hunting for the next target. So it's got the BK there, and he's just behind a rock there. Just 3 pixel shot there, and T55A is hunting him, so probably just about kill that T55A with his one clip, but that's really wants to take the chance, at least not directly, so decides to go and round up the BK instead. And there's the BK there. Nice side shot there, gets one shot in. Should get the other one, yes he does. So takes him down, you should be able to get him with the next clip if he gets the chance. So ducks into cover while he's reloading, standard practice for reloader. Get some hard cover while you're basically defenseless. Just takes a poke out there to see if the TT5A is starting to look for him. Battle situation, they're still in a slight deficit, but nothing that can't be overcome. And can you get another side shot in on the BK? Yes, you can. The BK now focusing on someone else, so one shot in. The next one should be a kill shot, which he finally gets a kill. Now, while that's been going on, Commie's got 2 kills. They're pretty handy, and it's just equalised the tank numbers, but they're still down in terms of hit points. In fact, they just lost another one. Now, if you can have a look at the mini-map, most of his team are actually concentrated on the south side. So he's really the only tank up here on the north side. And, well, he's only really got the T55A as a target. He decides, well, that's probably not really good odds. Let's go and help reinforce. Provide some strength where we've got numbers and hopefully overwhelm the enemy in that location. So let's see, there's some tanks down in the drive river bed, so maybe that's a particular spot he can get some action from. So coming to this vantage point where you can get a bit of a shot down the middle. Alright, now it's got the object 705, well that's just the roof there, not getting much more of a shot, and definitely not worth taking. They've lost their arty, so no real opportunity to get indirect damage from that. And there's that T55A has been spotted again, but too far away beyond terrain, so no shot there.
Ready to fire.
And both sides having one tier 10 left. So again, always the problem with spotting is having someone able to take a useful shot at the targets you're spotting. But nonetheless, it's giving some intelligence to your team. Okay, now finally the Caliban's been spotted in the river bed, and he's a target, but not sure if Square Eyes missed that opportunity or that he wasn't a target at all, but certainly he's coming up. And yeah, just sitting and waiting here. Oh, they've lost their tier 10 now. He's just had an opportunity there on the Skoda. And the Caliban moving up again, but behind cover. Now he switched to his standard rounds, so he should get a shot in. Sideways, yes he does, and gets the kill, so that's useful. And can you get another shot in on the object? No, it's not visible. So T55A proving to be a bit of a thorn. He's already got 2 kills. Oh, and it's Hyphen from Big Daddy Clan. Well, there we go. I've just got his T55A pretty recently, so this must have been one of his first few battles in it. And I know he's pretty happy with it, so here we go. Shot is going overhead, probably from the Caliban. And it looks like he and Connie have got a plan to go and go after Hyphen in the T55A. So a pair of Bourrasques, pretty dangerous platoon working together. The T55A was on about half health, so I think the pair of them could, and they're both on full health, so it's certainly a stage of the game. The last few minutes, they can make the best use of their hit points as well as their armour and their guns. So heading up to the north here to try and come around potentially the flank of the T55A. There we go, they found him and side up, so one shot in, he does shoot at them and not get the kill. So it's unfortunately the end of Hyphen's game. And takes out a pretty dangerous tank there. There's also the Object 705, although he knows they're here. So they head back in a slightly different direction. And Comandante heads up to try and respot the 705, which he finally does. Well, he gets the kill before Square Eyes can come up and take a shot. So now they really have reached equilibrium again. So same number of tanks in the battle, and they're only a couple of hundred hit points difference, so nothing that can't be overcome. And they're still very healthy. Oh, and there's the Charioteer. Can he get the shot in there? This will be an interesting one. So one shot nicely in the second one. Excellent shooting there for on the move. Get that Charioteer out of the game fairly soon, I think. Just have to worry about the other TD that's backing him up there, the TS5 somewhere, but there's the enemy out here as well. Oh, there's the TS5, he's actually advanced quite here, so they know that Charioteer's by himself. He might get one shot in on Square Eyes, so he puts on auto lock and actually gets the shot in a drive-by, so nice there. And in fact, they're starting to clean up really quickly. Connie's taken out the RT, and now this is the TS5. So game really switched there in terms of the balance, and now all I have to do is come around to the side of the TS5, and he won't be able to shoot in multiple directions. So he's just trying to drive around the side, never get him through the front, but TS5 turning desperately, and in fact the A base 1 takes him out. So end of the game there, and Square Eyes has picked up a handy 5.5k of damage. Let's go and look at the detail. Okay, so he's picked up the high caliber award for the most damage in the game, and doing 5.5, nearly 5.6k of damage and 4 kills. Got an extra 1500 of assisted damage there, so that's nearly 7k of combined damage. And he's also picked up the Brothers in Arms medal, which is your platoons doing at least 3 kills each and surviving. So he's also picked up the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Now, getting the high caliber award as the lowest tier tank in a game, that's pretty impressive, given that there are tier 10 tanks there with much better guns and potentially DPM. So staying in the battle for the longest period as well also really helps with that sign, but yeah, let's have a look how that team score went in any case. So, all right, excellent performance there, both from him and El Comandante. That platoon doing really well, 4 kills each. He's picked up 1801 base experience, which is really nice there, and of course you get extra experience for killing higher tier tanks. And the A phase 1 also held up his end, as did the T30, so another platoon there, both doing well in their tier 9 tanks, both doing well over 3k. So excellent performance from the team, and certainly bolstered the lower tiers not doing too well. And on the enemy side, one of the Skoda T56s finished up with 511 base, not too bad in the losing side, but only Hyphen there, and the T28 doing over 2k, so Hyphen dealing nearly over 2.5k and 3 kills, so nice effort there from Hive in his brand new TT5A. Anyway, let's get back to Square Eyes' game. So he ended up firing 24 shots, 21 of those hit and 17 of those penetrated. So that just does illustrate a bit about the gun handling on the Bourrasque. It's not perfect, but he did pick up some decent credit income from that, getting over 117,000. That's, you know, getting light damage and not wasting too many shells. Really drives that home. So great game there from Square Eyes. Thanks very much for the content. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do that as well. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks very much for watching.